Hello everybody, this is lesson 1 on computer-aided design that hopefully we're going to be able to work on a little bit of a project over the coming weeks. Certainly there's going to be about 3 or 4 sessions at least that I'll be able to show you the basics, and then you'll be able to go on your own, have a bit of a play with it and to see how it works. Now the project that we're going to be working on is something called floor planning. Now it can be done on a PC, on a laptop, on a Mac, anything like that, and it's a really good fun project to be able to do. If you've ever played Sims before or any 3D gaming, then it's a little bit like the building blocks of that, but you will be able to use some of the tools what designers use themselves. So if you go to Google and you type in floor planning, some of you will remember doing this when you were in Longton with me. So if you go to Google, type in floor planning, one word, it will come up, floorplanner.com, and if you click on it, you'll see that this screen comes up. I will sort you out with all usernames and passwords to get in. And for the meantime now though, I'll log in as myself and show you what I've been working on. So if I click log in, you'll type in your email there. This is my old one, but it doesn't matter. And then I'll type in my password, and then it'll log me in, and you'll see. And I'll give you a little bit of an overview of the screen at the minute. At first you'll see that which just says create project, which is fine. I'll show you what I've been working on here before we start, which will give you some indication of what we can do. So if I click on bedroom there, and I suggest that what you do in the first instance is to create your own bedroom. Now you can see here that I've got a bird's eye view, or a 2D view because it's flat, of my bedroom, and looking overhead you'll be able to see a number of different things. So I've got my bed there, I've got some bedside tables with lamps on. This here, you may have come across that before, that's a door, and you can see where the door opens that way. This little thing here is a radiator from the overhead. There is a flat screen on the wall, and you can see there that I've got a window in the wall, and then across the back I've got some wardrobes. Now to be fair, it looks pretty boring at the minute, right up until I go to the 3D view, and then you can begin to see what it is I've created. Now I've created all of this from scratch, and you'll be able to do this quite easily for your own room. And I can zoom in, I can take a little look. Now apart from the fact I've got a few pairs of dirty socks on the floor or what have you, it's not a bad representation of what my room looks like. I think the wardrobes could probably do with being a bit higher, but that is the basic view. And what I'd really like you to do is try and do this yourself. Now it's up to you, because this is a YouTube video, whether you keep on pressing space and pausing it as you go along, and you watch a little bit, then do a little bit, then watch a little bit, then do a little bit, or you can watch the whole video and then have a go yourself. It makes no odds to me. But what I'm going to do is start from scratch, like I would do if I was doing it from the beginning, like you will be. And what I'm going to do is create project. So this is the screen that you will start off with. It says create project after you've logged in, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to call mine bedroom 1, because my other one's called bedroom, so I don't overlap. So I've called it bedroom 1, and I'm going to click on create project. You don't have to worry about anything else there. And how do I want to start? I'm going to click on empty plan, because I'm not a cheater, so we'll do empty plan. Okay, so here we go. Now this is the basic screen what I've got, and it's dead easy. I'm going to start with the first one, which is draw room, and I'm going to give myself a basic shape of my room. Now my room's not quite square, it's a little bit of a rectangle, so I'm going to go with that there. I'm not going to draw it too big, that's probably about right, and then when I let go of my mouse you can see there that it's created a basic shape for me. Now I'm quite happy with that, but if I wasn't, I could just click on it and I can start again, I can delete, I can press undo and get rid of what I need to undo, okay, and I can press redo if I want it back. So what I'm going to do is then, if I look at that, the first thing I'm going to decide is what my carpet is. So some of you might have wood flooring, so what I'll do is there, first of all I'm going to change the name of the room because it's a bedroom, so I'll call it bedroom, and then I'm going to go to here where it says material, and where it says materials there. Now if you've got wood flooring you'll see that the first one that comes up is wood flooring, so something like that. I haven't, like I said to you, I've got carpet, so I'm going to click on the next one and I'm going to choose a carpet that looks fairly similar to what I've got. Okay, so it's not yellow, it's not brown, it's somewhere in between. Perhaps go with that. It's not quite right, but it's never going to be perfect. You can get one that's fairly close, but like I said to you, it's never going to be perfect. So after me room has started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a door in to start off. So I'm going to click on place door, which is there, and it'll give you first of all a 2D version of all your doors. I'd like you to try and put as much 3D stuff in, please, because when you press 3D for the camera in a bit, it really will look a lot different. And at any point you can always click on your 3D camera and take a little look at the room so far. So there's my room so far, which looks like a little box, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create I'm going to put my door in. So I'll go back to 2D because you can't put it in on 3D, it won't allow you. So back to 2D, like I said, place a door, and I'm going to go for just something like a standard door there. So as I pull it round, you can see it'll snap to the wall, so it's about there. But there's a couple of things that I need to do. First of all, the door itself needs to be wider because it makes my bedroom look massive there, and it's not quite that big. So I need to make my door a bit wider. That looks about right, to be honest with you. So I can move that across. But then the other thing is that the door, at the minute, it looks like it opens out. It doesn't, it opens in. So if I go up here, I can find the icon there to make my door open in. So now, again, if I click on 3D and take a little look, you can see now I've got a room with a door. So back to 2D, and I'm going to place window now. I've got a window that pretty much looks like that one there. So I'm going to drag it across over to that wall there. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to make that slightly bigger because it looks like that. So again, back to 3D, and that's giving me room now a bit of shape, because if you take a look now, I've got a window, I've got a door, it's starting to look more like a room. Back to 2D. Now, all the structural stuff at the minute that I've put in, because you know this is quite basic, it's a first go, has been using that hammer tool up there, which is structural. I'm going to go now and I'm going to get some furniture in my room. So I'm going to click on the chair, and the first thing I'm going to do, I don't want living room furniture, I want all categories, so just make sure you see all categories there, is choose a bed. Okay, so I'm going to choose a bed there. So that looks about right, although again it's a little bit small, so I'm going to make the length of my bed a little bit longer. It looks a bit stretched, So I'm going to make it a bit wider again there. Possibly a little bit longer again. Right. I don't want it coming through my wall like that. Make it just a tad less. There we go. So that's about right there. So I've put my bed in. Next to my bed, I've got some bedside tables. So I'm just going to put in a keyword there, which is bedside, and see what comes up. Yeah, and you can see that I've got some bedside tables there, and they're pretty much similar to what I've got, so we'll go with them. Like I said, similar will be okay. We're not going to get it 100% perfect, but we can get it something like. Now, there's another tool I'm going to show you here in a minute, which is the duplicate tool, because I've got one either side of the bed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it about the right size. That's a little bit too big. So I'll have a little play with that. Whoa, that's massive. We don't want it that big. I'm going to get rid of that for the minute. Put another one in. I'm a little bit rusty on this. There you go. So, a little bit longer, a little bit wider. That's about the right size, I would imagine. So I'm going to put that there. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate it. In fact, I'm going to make it just a little bit. That's it. That's about right. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate it by clicking on that arrow there, which will give me one exactly the same. And I can drag that to the other side. So I've now got my bedside tables at the side of my bed. And on those bedside tables I've got some lamps. Again, just make sure that 3D is checked over there. And probably something a little bit like that. So I'll drag it over, put that there, drag that one over, put it there. I could have duplicated it, but it was just as easy to do that. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is take a look at what else is in my room there. So I've got some wardrobes across here, I've got a television on the wall here, and I've got a radiator. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to put my radiator in. And it's just a bog standard radiator, something a little bit like that. Make sure you spell it right up here, else nothing will come up. So I've got my radiator. It's a little bit small. So, as I'm sure you'll know by now, I go to the radiator, I click on it, and I'm probably looking at width, right? So I'm going to make that a little bit wider. Probably a little bit wider again. About that. It's all about playing and getting it right, or as close as you can. So, first of all, radiator. Then I've got a television. Oh, just before I do that, let me just have a little check on 3D. Let's have a little look how it is. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good at the minute. So you can see there, and I can zoom in, and if you've got a wheel on your mouse or something like that, you can do it quite easily. Failing that, you can use some of the tools here. Okay, so I've got my bed. It's a little bit messier than that, I'll be honest. Right, now one of the things that's wrong there is my radiator is up the wall, and it shouldn't be. My radiator should be down towards the floor. So I'm going to go back to 2D. I'm going to select my radiator, and can you see there where it says raise from floor? I'm going to make sure that it says 0. That's -3. So a little bit fit. Yeah, let's bit back a little bit. There you go, 0. Let me check again. Okay, so that looks right. That's about where my radiator is, to be honest with you. When I take a little look. So my next thing, back to 2D again. I'm going to get a television. Television. Okay, and I'm only after just a little flat screen telly. Nothing major. There's ones here that are 60-inch. Unfortunately, I haven't got that sort of money, so we'll just put a normal size flat screen. There we go, flat screen on the wall. And it's like that on the wall there. Now, if I click on my flat screen, what I'm going to try and do is make sure that it is raised from the floor. So when I click on it, because that, I know that my radiator wasn't, that's it, that's about right, because my radiator was high up on the wall and I didn't want it, but this I do want up. So if you just watch again, I click on the television, and I can zoom in a little bit to make it a little bit easier clicking on things if need be. Click on the television, and I've raised that from the floor, and if you have a look there, probably about 4 something there, that'll do, 4 foot something. And then my final thing that I'm going to put in, and I might need to move the television over a little bit for that actually, is my wardrobes. So I'm going to choose wardrobe, and I'm going to click on the search button, and I've just got some plain white wardrobes that look like that across the back of my room. So as I click them over, they're going to need to be a lot bigger than that, because they go across the room. So if I click back on my wardrobe, I'm going to make the length a little bit longer, so perhaps a little bit like that, and my width perhaps like that. So I've got a wardrobe there. Again, I'm going to put the duplicate tool on, make it a little bit. Oop. There you go. And then duplicate it again. Perhaps make this one in the middle now a little bit bigger so it fills the gap. A little bit bigger, and then it doesn't matter so much if they overlap with, because they're all the same. And then if I go back to 3D and take a little look here, you'll see that what I've got is a basic 3D model of what my bedroom looks like. Now I want you, please, to do that with your rooms. So like I said, the first thing first comes your room itself. So you draw your room, then you change the carpet or the flooring. Please then make sure that when you place doors in, you check that 3D box. You then place windows in, again in 3D, and then go to adding your furniture. Make sure that it's 3D and that you see all categories and you search for what's in your room. Now, there might be other things in your room. There might be sort of like a dartboard. So if I type in game, there's some board games. There might be some gym equipment. So if I type that in, nothing's come up. Brilliant. If I type in pet, if any of you have got some pets, there might be a dog who sleeps up the corner of your room with you or something like that. But the possibilities are endless at this moment in time. But what I do want you to do, please, is to concentrate on your room, right, and to get something that looks a little bit like it. Remember, keep on flicking between 2D and 3D, which will give you some indication, and then we'll move on the next session with something a little bit more different. And then at the end of that, I want you to click save, and it will automatically save. And then if I go back to my dashboard, you'll see there that you've got that there, which in my case is this one. And I can open it back up at any point and it'll still be there for me. So, and I can always save it again. So enjoy it. Any problems whatsoever, please email me on smanifold@reachacademy.co.uk. That's smanifold@reachacademy.co.uk, and I'll put that on onto the video as an annotation as well. Alright, enjoy it guys.